I'm gonna hop right into the pettiness. We got a whole celeb out here, a whole viral celeb. Do you want to introduce yourself, celeb?
I'm Bishop Daniels.
Oh, I'm Bishop Daniels.
Thank you for tuning in to sip on this with a Paris. About to get lit with these topics. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for the love and your time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, I bring to you this for you to sip on too.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Sip on This with Adam Paris. As you see, I have a very special guest on today's episode. I'm gonna hop right into the pettiness. We got a whole celeb out here, a whole viral celeb. Do you want to introduce yourself, celeb?
I'm Bishop Daniels.
Oh, I'm Bishop Daniels. Yes, I'm going to get into the topic for today, but can we go ahead and address the fact that you went viral on TikTok?
Oh, man.
And how did that even come about? I was so confused.
Okay, so I want to say about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We was downtown Raleigh, on Glenwood South at a new bar. I want to say the name of it's called Pine Station. So I'm just sitting there and I'm talking to my man, which we was previously on, Devontae.
Yeah.
We was sitting there having a random conversation and did not know that somebody was behind me recording.
Had a whole secret admirer in the streets.
They was recording the whole time. And that next day, that was on Sunday, so that next day, Monday, I'm in the gym and I'm getting mad text messages, DMs from people I went to school with.
That's hilarious.
So a video pops up and I'm like, where's this coming from? Who was recording me the whole time? But it's like some secret admirer. The crazy thing was I don't have a TikTok.
Oh, I know.
So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how this like gonna play out. I have people hitting me up in my DMs, do videos, shoots, music videos, all that type of stuff.
I was so weak.
It was kind of weird for me. I haven't seen any of that type of attention since I played ball, whether it was in high school or college. So it was kind of weird.
I thought that was hilarious because I remember everyone was posting it to their stories as a joke, and I was just like, what is this? Like, I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just clicked through everyone's stories. Then I just made a TikTok right before that happened, which is the funny thing. So I get on TikTok and it pops up on it. Anyone that has a TikTok knows that, like, unlike Instagram, your main feed is called like the For You page or whatever. So like, I opened up Instagram and your video was like the third one that came through. And mind you, I don't even follow anybody we really know. So like when it popped up, I'm like, why is Bishop on my For You page? And I'm like, oh, this is what everyone keeps putting on Instagram. And when I looked, I was like, let me see who this is, like who posted it. I thought someone you knew posted it as a joke. But when I went to Shorty page, I said, Bishop does not know this young lady here. Like, no. So then I was like, this is hilarious. And by the time I looked at it, you had like, how many? It had like over 4,000 likes. I was saying, oh, okay. But then when we was in Florida, we pulled it back up like for shits and giggles, and it was over 40K. I said, "Geez, must be nice."
Yeah. Like I said, it was mad weird. The crazy thing is, I probably gained about 1,000 followers on Instagram because of it.
I mean, I don't doubt it.
And to say that out of all the followers, I don't think I've seen that person who actually posted the video.
Yeah, I was about to say, people in our group or whatever were talking, and yeah, I don't think nobody knows what she actually looks like. Because even when I went through her TikTok page, like none of the videos had her in them.
It's just like mad weird shit.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, that was a nice little icebreaker. I just thought it was funny. Oh, I'm doing this new icebreaker with my guests. So. And I already feel like I know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it anyway for your newfound fans. So, beverages, what are you sipping on these days?
Ooh, if it ain't Hennessy Black,
I knew it was that damn
if
Hennessy.
it ain't Hennessy Black, I'll go with pretty much any tequila.
Tequila.
All shots, no chasing.
When did you start getting on tequila?
Um,
Tequila has always been me. Always.
eh, it's always been something, if I go to the bar or, I'm out or something like
Well,
that.
what do you just get shot? So I talked about this with the other guests too. Although I like tequila, I don't know what to get when I go to the bar. I just get Jack and Coke, and I don't even like Jack.
So, going to the bar, tequila and pineapple juice, just to kill the taste a little bit, just kill the bite.
I never thought about doing that, and I do that here at the house all the time. So that was pretty stupid.
Yeah, it was.
Or at least tequila and orange juice. Why have I never thought of this?
I don't know. I'm about to say, I want to say when we was in Orlando this past week.
Yeah.
That's what we were drinking.
That's absolutely what we drank.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So it's very subtle. So, but I don't like, me. I don't like chasing too much.
No.
Maybe kind of full and all that sugar.
No, yeah, it does make you full. You know what? This is a nice segue. Actually, we're just gonna jump right into tonight's topic because this is the second thing you dropped that goes along with the purpose of him being on today's episode. So the reason why this young sir is on my episode today is not because he went viral on TikTok. That just so happened to happen in the midst of us planning this out. But I spoke on another episode. I can't remember which one, but I spoke to the fact that a lot of people in our group basically been in their bag real heavy during this pandemic. And it's like we all started in one profession and been picking up these little side hustles. And a lot of our side hustles have become main hustles. So we got several different entrepreneurs in our group, like within the last year, which is crazy or whatever. It's cool to see though. But this young sir here, I wanted you to walk through basically your career. So you brought up basketball. That's what most people know this man for. So I want you to talk about, even go all the way back to Little Bishop, back to when you first got into the game of basketball, how you got introduced, all the way through like your high school, college days to where you are now. Like talk about that transition.
Okay. I probably started. I was around basketball since a baby. My father grew up playing basketball. It was just one of his hobbies he did outside of working.
Why was Poncho? Never mind. That's not my business. Never mind.
If anybody knows, my father,
his dad is big as a stainless steel refrigerator. I'm just confused as to, of all the sports, that man was like, yeah, basketball is it for me, but whatever.
Yeah. So as a baby, I remember. Well, I'm not gonna say I remember, but I remember him telling me that I was in a car seat sitting inside on the bleachers at basketball games with my father. Even when my mom was working and he would go to the gym with just me, I would just be sitting around. So I kind of grew up being around the game. So I always kind of loved it. It was something I seen my father do, and my father, I speak to my father. My mom and my father has been together all my life. So with me having my father around, that's what he used to keep me away from everything else. So I grew to love it at a young age. 3 or 4 years old, I can say at least 4 years old, I was playing in my first league at Tarver Road. We was playing on like 6-foot goals, not just running around, not even traveling, and like that. So I've always loved the game. It grew into something that was my way out.
Yeah.
As I grew up, me and my father always talk about, making it to the next level.
Yeah.
And with that being said, he trained me all my life.
Yeah.
Him training me every day from when I was a little kid to middle school, high school. I played on AAU teams since I was 8, 9 years old. I started with Gunner Road Bulldogs. And it just continued. And the more it continued, the more we got serious about it. Probably my eighth, ninth grade year is when we started. It started not just becoming the love for the game, but it became more business. I was fortunate enough to play the game at the level I played it at, that I had from boosters to reps to agents to just a lot of different people that are involved in the game come around and be around, where every move that we made was really calculated. I played at Leesville High School my freshman year, and that was a move I made because of basketball. I'm from the south side of Raleigh, southeast side of Raleigh.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows Leesville, it's on the north side.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my district.
Mm-hmm.
I went over there because of a coach named Coach Robinson. And he was known for his basketball, being a basketball coach. He played ball, his IQ of the game, and what he did for kids, including his son, Shawan Robinson, DJ Thompson, Anthony Richardson. Like, I can go on.
Yeah.
So that was a decision we made where, for me not to fall into some of the same things my parents did or people that lived on my side of town, it was the decision made for me to go play basketball on the other side of town. But with that being said, I did that, and he left. He left because of some internal issues with the school.
Yeah.
So when he left, I had to make another move. I was in public school at the time, and I wasn't doing the best out there. It wasn't something I was used to. So
what you mean by that exactly?
What I say about that is I went to school that was predominantly black.
Yeah.
Switching over to a school that was predominantly white was totally different.
Yeah.
I went to Carnage Middle School, and going from that middle school to a predominantly white high school is like two different worlds.
Yeah.
So the way I reacted and moved towards certain situations got me into situations I shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Not saying I got any legal trouble or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just doing things as a kid I shouldn't.
Yeah, stupid stuff as a kid.
Yeah. So at that time, knowing the coach was leaving, it was time to kind of remove myself. If I wanted to keep playing basketball, it was time to remove myself from that situation and go somewhere. That's how I ended up at Word of God with John Wall, Dez Wells, C.J. Leslie, and many other people that was on our team who actually played that don't get the recognition that they do.
Yeah,
they should.
Yeah.
But from there on, when I say it became a business, from anybody who knows John knows that was his senior year when I got there. It was nothing but cameras around all the time.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Whether it was in the classrooms with us, whether it was we walking around in the mall in different states. So at that time, us being kids, I can speak for myself. I didn't know how to handle that. Looking back, I did. At the time, we thought we had it. We knew what we was doing. My parents, being where they're from, they didn't know anything about it. And I think we were not saying in Raleigh, because we had other people coming for us like PJ Tucker, Shabda Randolph, and all the players I named at Leesville. But it was a transitioning stage where YouTube was coming big. Social media was everything. And people were becoming overnight celebrities just off of social media. I was 15 years old at that time. If I'm walking into the mall and you got grown folks and kids asking to take pictures. We don't know how to handle that. Or we handled it the best way we could because we had nobody in front of us to teach us. Not saying they didn't know, but they didn't experience the same thing at such a young age.
Right.
So we did the best we could. And not saying that, how do I explain? It was good and bad. It was like a gift and a curse. Is what I would say. Some of it worked for us, some of it didn't. And that goes into the point where we all graduated from high school. We all went to college to play ball. Big schools. We've had people that we've been around had opportunities to play in the NBA, had opportunities to play in the G League. Mainly, all of us been probably played overseas. But it wasn't easy once we started realizing that the people around us wasn't around us for us. It's crazy because to speak on that, a lot of people has an opinion on who we were, what we did, and everybody think their opinions matter. without knowing the full story,
Yeah.
without knowing anything about us, they think, oh, he could have did this, he could have did that. He's this person, he's that person, or even I'll go to the point of saying we've had so many people be around when it was sunny outside.
Yeah.
As soon as the storm hits,
Yeah.
it's very. I can attest to it. It's very true that you see who's in your corner when
Yeah.
it gets rough.
Yeah.
It got to the point where everybody and their mama wanted to have a conversation with me when I was coming out of high school.
Yeah.
When in high school, videos come out. We're playing with John. Even my senior year, even when I got to my senior year. Oh, you're going to this school. You know, who are you going? You know, what are you going to do? Like, what's the next step? I can even go as far as I've had agents tell me, "Oh, you're 1 and 2 years done." Well, when my first year in Miami, I got hurt. I got hurt, and that was the first major setback that I've had. I was at the University of Miami, and what happened was I was running for a loose ball. Somebody dove to go for the ball, and my foot was there, and he landed on my foot. Kind of shattered the bone in my big toe. Yeah. So I was out most of that season. I've never had a major injury. Never sat out basketball more than a month or so. So it's like I didn't know at that age that I didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And I was in Miami.
Yeah.
I was like, Miami is Miami.
Right.
And once you get to Miami and you know how to maneuver down there, and that's what happened. Like, I learned how to be social in that environment. Yeah. And once that happened, Wednesday through Sunday, I'm not playing, so I'm partying. Yeah. So at that time, the second year came, and this is the year of Miami being ACC champions. I'm still a kid. I don't know. I'm my father and my mother letting me make decisions based off of how I feel. They're not gonna make decisions for me no more. So at this point, they're teaching me. I made a decision to leave. Can I say I regret it? No, because I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Right. I mean, I learned from everything that I did at that moment.
What made you leave?
A numerous of things. It's hard to kind of get into that without throwing people under the bus. One of the things that deterred me from playing on that team was not saying I thought I was better than what I was or anything like that, but I wanted to play basketball. Right. And if I'm not playing, right, there's over 300 schools in the country. Yeah. I can go anywhere and play. Yeah. This might not be my right fit. Right. So, to be politically correct, I left because I wanted to play basketball. Right. I wanted to show who I was. Yeah. I wanted to show my progression. I wanted to prove, it was like I was trying to prove a point to everybody and myself. So that's why I ended up leaving. When I left, I went to a junior college because I had already set out a year for a medical red shirt, so I needed to play. Yeah. I had a lot of schools trying to pick me up at that point, but I would have to sit out again. So I'm wasting time now and not playing. I went and played. I think I was ranked top 3 JUCO players that year. And from there, I had committed to Rutgers University under Eddie Jordan, not Mike Rice. Actually, I was recruited under Mike Rice. Funny thing is, Mike Rice, I will say Mike Rice is not as bad as people say he is. Very passionate, great coach. Some mishaps happened, and it was unfortunate. But I ended up going under Eddie Jordan. And I think there was a lack of how do I say, people caring. Now, I had a great support system while I was there. Assistant coaches, advisors. I think that was the most help I've ever had at a school. I think Rutgers is a great university. I think that, like I said, supporting cast, everything there they had was intact to help the student athletes. But I would say the lack of caring came from the top of the chain. And with that being said, we kind of not say trickled down to the team, but the team didn't. We didn't have that unity like we should have on the court.
Yeah.
I still talk to some of these guys all the time off the court, and that was never the problem.
Yeah.
The problem was we was thrown in a lion's den, unprepared. Big Ten ain't a weak conference,
right?
So we playing some of the top teams in the country, where we seen that we had the potential. We beat Wisconsin the same year they went to the championship with Duke. And not to say anything against them, but to say that for us, we could have been more than what we were.
Right.
So that it kind of affected all of us. And then after I graduated from there, I've done 2 small stints in the G League. Went overseas to play ball. Not gonna say I was the most responsible with my money, as a lot of us aren't, especially when we're the ones who making little money, small money. I can say that we thought, the potential of us getting bigger contracts. So we're gonna have money. We're gonna keep having money coming in. I wasn't the most responsible with it. Now I ain't broke. Let's get that clear. But I could have been doing more. So to say all that is, I've learned through everything basketball that's thrown at me. When I got 2 years ago, I ruptured my patella tendon, and that was the last time I played competitively. I made a decision from there that even if I go back overseas, I had to find a way to support myself, my family, and those things. Like I had to. It couldn't just be overseas money anymore. Yeah. And then the next time I was gonna go back over there, it was gonna be for nothing. Like I was really just gonna be trying to get my rhythm back, get my game back, and potentially earn more money the next few years after that. So at that point, it was like, I'm not getting any younger. Yeah. I'm not going to be as explosive as I used to be. So what can I do? What is the next step for me? And that's when I got into personal training. I got into personal training in the midst of a pandemic. And it's crazy.
Yeah, you did. And I want you to speak to that. Yeah.
It's crazy because in the midst of a pandemic, people do not want to be around each other.
No.
COVID was like, you tell somebody you had COVID, it's like telling somebody you got AIDS.
Yo, I swear.
It was so scary. And to even say that in the midst of that, I caught COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
I caught COVID. So with that being said, it didn't, the way you think it would hurt, it didn't. In the middle of this pandemic, I've probably learned more about myself, pushed myself more, and gained more in this pandemic. Simply by having the time, having a good support system, and just having people around me who are knowledgeable in what I'm not saying, not necessarily in what I'm doing, but can help me in certain things that I'm doing. Yeah. I can say that when I would kind of say a fall off from basketball from the hype, the fame, and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm not saying fame because I wasn't no.
You're famous now. That's the irony of it all. I want to just throw that out there.
I wasn't a actor or a rapper or anything like that, but I could say that YouTube kind of was in a situation where everybody knew who it was. From going from that to knowing that people didn't support you no more. People had more bad things to say than good. I kind of fell off from a lot of things as far as like wanting to be on social media, wanting to be out, just doing things like that where everything is public. I kind of stepped back from. And in the midst of this pandemic, it's like the other way around. Like I've been told, like, no, you're doing this type of thing now where you have to be seen. Business wise, like, if don't nobody know that you're doing it, you can't gain any following. You can't expand your brand if don't nobody know. And that was one of the main things that I like constantly. People were telling me like, yo, you still have, not saying you have a following, but people still know who you are. And I didn't drift so far away from basketball where people wouldn't correlate to me like, oh, he's doing this now. Because people are still having those questions. People ask me all the time. And that was another reason why I stepped back too, man, because I think the first year after I got out of college, I had a surgery. I had a growing surgery. I had a sports hernia. I went to the Glaxo, and I probably heard it from 100 different people. Hey, man, what are you doing? What's going on? What's the next step? And not to say it's bad for people to ask, but when you're already questioning yourself sometimes, it kind of doesn't like, it don't help.
It doesn't help your situation.
Like it has you thinking all the time. And that's one thing like one thing that I've learned from. Like, I don't put myself in situations where I'm gonna doubt anything I do anymore. I talk to people all the time about negativity. Like, I do not want negativity around me. Like, not even to say we can't have those conversations. But what I'm gonna do is I want to draw the positive out of the situation. Because at the end of the day, we're dwelling on this negative. We don't even see the light. And that was what it was with basketball for me. I didn't see what the next step could have been. So that's how I, kind of go about things now. Now, as of right now, with a lot of things that we've gotten in this pandemic, stimulus checks and stuff like that, it's been able to help me invest in myself. Same. And that was the biggest thing for me coming out of this pandemic. Like, it slowed me down. It set me down. With everything I was doing, no traveling, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't. There's no more clubbing. There's no more going out. You're not outside no more. So if I'm not outside, I ain't got nothing but time to think and sit down and do what I'm supposed to do.
Fast.
So I went to school. The crazy thing is, I went to school for 5 years of college. And with that degree, first thing I thought of when I talked to my parents, I talked to my friends, me personally, a 9 to 5 isn't gonna work for me. I can't sit down and do a 9 to 5. So it was to find what my next thing was. And for me, I always loved working out. I always loved working out, and it was like, you know what? Let's do this. Somebody brought it to my attention that, to help them out in the gym. So, you know what? I'll do it. I'll try it. And I took plenty of L's in the first couple months. I mean, when I say L's, if it wasn't for me playing overseas and having some money stacked, I wouldn't survive. I took L's where I could have been in the gym all day and make that whole month $200. So, but what I took that was it's a learning experience. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What is this person that I'm working on and doing wrong? What is he doing right? You pick and choose to what you're learning from and apply to yourself. So now I've gotten to the point where I'm able to build my brand, where not just with the TikTok thing, but my Instagram page is currently working on, which will probably be done within the next week or so, putting up my website, going to online training, doing things like that, where like I said, I'm expanding my brand. And I can't do nothing but thank the pandemic, because it gave me time to realize that I need to do these things. I can't be stagnant and sit here and think stuff's supposed to just come to me. I gotta get it.
Clearly, you said a lot to unpack here. So let's go all the way back. So for one, we're not gonna shout over the fact that you gave me COVID. I'm gonna throw that out there because he did. I was one of the clients during this pandemic. I was going faithfully. And anybody in our group knows I'm the sickly one. If anybody has a common cold in the group, they're giving it to me, if nobody else. So when this man sent that text, I said, wow. I was like, literally, like you said, it's funny, but it shouldn't be. It's like initially when people say they have COVID, it did feel like they were saying they had an STD and was telling everyone their mom about it, right? So when he said that, I'm like, wow. And I was one of the people that was literally just with him. So yikes. So I'm next. That's the way I took it. I was like, well, I guess I should start prepping to stay home because I knew there was no doubt I knew I had it. In my spirit, it was like, stay home. And right when I thought I was in the clear, boom, it hit me hard too. It didn't even do much to you though.
Yeah.
Like, and it tore me up. I'm like, bruh, he gave it to me and he's chilling and I'm like going through it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I still deny that I gave it to him.
He does, but he's a liar.
I will say
He's a liar.
The COVID situation is tough. As a personal trainer, we one thing we do is we teach health and lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You can be around your parents, your loved ones. Not to say you're bound to get it because I don't think you are. Mm-hmm. Everybody's not the same.
Yeah.
But it's tough to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
What I teach to my clients now is we do enough. We do what we do. Mm-hmm. Whether it's taking your supplements, mm-hmm. whether it's working out, mm-hmm. whether, like I said, this lifestyle, so that you have a better chance of fighting it. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't come in the gym with me, we have online clients. Mm-hmm. What I want you to do is I want you to work out. I want you to take care of yourself. Yeah. Be the best you can be. Right. Not the Army though. You said what? Not the Army though. But look, for real, take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Yeah. Simply because it's you only get one body. You only get one body. So when COVID does hit, you have a better fighting chance. And that's not to say that you can't die from it or it won't affect you bad. Yeah. It's just saying that so that it'll give you the best chance to fight it. Yeah. Just like they're saying these vaccine shots. Yeah. Just give your body the best chance. Yeah.
I'm still gonna go back to the fact that you gave me COVID, and I felt like I was making so much progress. Which, disclaimer, this isn't to deter anybody else because he is a solid trainer, but for me, I was like,
shameless plug.
I was like, this dude is a crackhead. Like, I was like, why are you giving me these type of workouts? And he's like, because you can do them. I'm like, no, you can do them, but. Also, disclaimer, one thing that I will say is dope about him being a trainer is the fact that he'll actually do the workouts with you. What trainer is going to do those intense workouts? And the thing is, you have multiple sessions throughout the day, morning, noon, into night, and he'll do every session with you. Crackhead. That's why if you need a trainer, this is who you should be hitting up. Ridiculous. And then you need to talk about what you do on, what days is it now? Wednesdays?
Okay, yeah. So what we have right now, and which I've been partnering with my family friend and homegirl Kiera, we go out to Ligon Middle School and we do aerobics class, field work, and we run the hills. This is part of, during the summertime, is we really pick up big on our cardio. It's just to help. It's an extension of what we're doing in the gym. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get after it in the gym regardless. Mm-hmm. To all my clients who've been in there, who are still there with me, we get it in. No, this is just an extension to that.
It's the jump into that real quick, not to cut you off. It's a lot of work, but it's a little bit of play in there too. There's some characters in that gym. but it's a vibe in there too because the music and stuff. Like you just got to experience it. It's lit.
Yeah. That's one of the main things I talk to all my clients, and even when we do consultations, I tell my people that we're building a culture.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come into a gym and feel uncomfortable with
Right.
how you look, how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at other people around you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit talking in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conversations that probably don't need to be in there. But what I say is we're so comfortable and we create that family vibe.
Yeah.
It's almost like a barbershop and beauty salon.
Yeah.
You can come in there and talk to somebody who you don't know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
have a conversation about something that's totally off the wall. But you feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Where we don't feel comfortable having these conversations with a lot of people outside of the gym, whether it's our family, friends, and stuff like that. It just gives you an outlet.
Yeah.
And that's what we build. Like I said, it's the culture, man, to have that comfortability to come in the gym and you know you're not gonna be judged. It's one of the main things we try to project in there.
I think also something I want to like throw in here real quick. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic when y'all were at the first spot. I remember it used to be, gosh, it was only a few of us at that point in time. How many? Like, do you remember how many it was that was working out at that point in time? It wasn't a lot.
I could say we probably had at that point in the first spot. We started off real small, so we probably had like no more than 15 clients. So it probably in the session with you might have been no more than 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think so I started going at the start of COVID. This is way before we both had COVID, FYI. This was before, I don't even think they were requiring people to wear like masks and stuff at that stage. So we were working out. And I was going every day after work and stuff. And just to go back to think about where you started from to where you are now, like the spot is bigger, it's more heads. I'm like, look at this dude doing big teams.
And we're going to keep growing.
Right. And I was going to say, crap, I lost my train of thought that fast. It was actually something raggedy. So it was probably a good thing that I lost my train of thought.
Something we did in the old spot?
Maybe.
I'll tell you one thing. It might have been that we used to keep it on like 85 degrees in there.
Yo, I was about to say, and y'all painted the walls black. Yeah. I remember that. And then we used to do you guys, oh no, you still do the run around the joint?
Yeah. So we are currently we're in a shopping center in Garner. And I want to say one lap around is like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
Before we even start our day off, for me, I still train like an athlete most of the time, and I'm going to push you to your limits. I want to see what you can do. I don't want to hear no excuses when it comes to it.
No.
We can, and the thing is, I'm gonna subtly tell you, nah, it's okay, but we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna you're still gonna do these sets. Because I don't believe in bullying. I don't believe in none of that.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't respond to that well.
Yeah.
But I will tell you is, all right, stop playing.
Yeah.
But one thing we would do is at the beginning of every workout we get loose. So I'll probably make them run. Right now it's probably like 2 to 4 laps around the building, which equals like a mile.
They weren't doing that when I was doing that.
So yeah, it's a light little. Oh, you was at the old spot, so we did run.
No, I went to a new spot too.
So the new spot, yeah, it's a whole lot bigger. You got to run around the whole thing, even the food line.
Yeah. I remember you used to make me run twice.
Yeah.
I say used to. The only reason why I stopped going FYI because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he was going to come from my net at some point during this. The only reason why I stopped is because I'm back working my regular hours and stuff now. And where the spot is far. So by the time I got there, I feel like I really can't commit the way I was used to. So now I just go to a spot down the street. But I still, granted, I haven't hit you up in a while. But then again,
it's been a lot going on.
Yeah, it's just been like, this isn't about me. This is about you guys and getting your health and wealth together, right? And this is the guy to help you get on the right path. That's why we got him here this evening. But I was gonna say, I don't know. Again, this is biased opinion. Due to the fact that we used to work out well before you even started doing this, that's why I felt like he was giving me crackhead workouts, and I used to be like, yo, Bishop, so why do you have me doing these Holt workouts and I see where you get everyone else. You give. I felt like he'll give you guys more leeway to try to figure out where to start you at. Whereas for me, he was like, "Nah," because I already know. No,
So
I'm not. I'm not there anymore. I'm restarting. I want to start fresh, just like everybody else. No, he wasn't trying to hear that.
yeah, nah. With you, no. What I can say to piggyback off that is when you come in the gym, I'm not throwing you in the fire with everybody else.
No.
Everybody's not on the same level. Everybody can't do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have older women in the gym where I can say closer to 70, and I have young women in the gym that are closer to 20. I can't have them two doing the same workouts.
Right.
So even though it's easier to give everybody the same thing, everybody can't do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm big on. I might have 25 to 30 clients right now, and all of them pretty much have different workouts. You know, they might do an exercise here and there that's the same, but their full workout is not the same because one, we all have different goals.
Right.
I'm not trying to, you know, take you away from your goals and tell you this is how your body needs to look. And what we'll do is I will help you get to where you want to get, and then we can talk about it from there. If that's not how you like your body, you don't want your body to look this type of way, then we can change it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. You come in here, I'm doing you a service. I'm helping you out every day. So who am I to tell you, no, you're supposed to look like this?
Right.
And I'm not going to build everybody the same.
Right. I was going to piggyback off of that and say people, I feel like oftentimes, it's actually two things I wanted to throw in based off of kind of the package and stuff that you just said. For one, I feel like one thing that I will attest to the fact that it's the vibe when you first walk in. It's like welcoming. It's not judgmental whatsoever. And I know that's one thing that keeps a lot of people from going to the gym is that they know that they have something to work on and something they have like certain insecurities about themselves that they have a fear of working out in front of others. Whereas the mindset walking into their place of business, everyone's there with a certain goal in mind. So it's just like everyone, your goal may not, like he just said, may not be the same, but just the fact that everyone has this foundation to where it's like the common goal is to just get better over time, like trust the process, right? And then something else I wanted to piggyback off of was the fact that damn, I lost my train of thought that fast. It was the fact that that people also, when they do finally get comfortable enough to start back coming to the gym, they feel like their trainer is supposed to just like, what is it? Basically, not necessarily the trainer. They just feel like everything is supposed to happen overnight. And they feel they're, again, it all deals with like trusting your trainer, trusting the progress, but you also need to stick to the plans that the trainer gives you. Those little cheat days and stuff like that will definitely set you some days back. I see you're over here getting triggered.
You know, I am. Reason why I'm getting triggered off of this is because the people closest to me have the most problems with that. It's crazy because from my parents to my lady.
Wow, he took it there. That's so crazy.
I'm gonna say this because I had this problem growing up with my father, always telling me what to do while training. It triggers us. We don't want to listen sometimes. Like we think we know it all. This type of thing. So I get it. I get it. But I trained my mama for 2 days and she quit on me.
Oh wait, that's why she
She was so sore she quit on me. But the thing was, I gave her all fundamental. Like we're doing functional training. This is what we're doing. So this is what I gave her. It's like it's hard to listen to somebody that you're that close to.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like they're telling you what to do.
You know what? Me and you used to argue a lot in the gym too. I used to be like, Bishop, I'm flat. And people used to be like, yo, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I would end up doing it though.
It's
but
like you don't want somebody to tell you what to do. And it's not like, and that's why, that's one thing I did learn over time was this tone, delivery.
No.
I have a problem with it. So I know I have to, when I talk to somebody else, you have to talk to a client. My delivery has to be superb.
Yeah.
I can't talk to a woman and be so aggressive with her that she only thinks I'm being aggressive. All the time. Because once you dig yourself in that hole, it's hard to get out.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much you change. Oh, you can talk soft to her from now on, but she's always gonna.
Yeah.
This is what you did.
Yeah.
So it's hard when you. I'm gonna piggyback off what you said about it being overnight. Things being overnight.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lifestyle. This is a
Right.
journey.
Right.
This is not something that you're going to do for a month and think, oh, I'm going to lose 20, 30 pounds and I'm good for the rest of my life. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. We're building up your eating habits. We're building up your workouts. And one thing I do is also is I will teach you everything you need to know in this time that we're in the gym together. Where you be in for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. And by the way, we only do month-to-month contracts. I don't lock you in right now, none of that. So with that being said, I'm teaching you how to work out. I'm teaching you your muscles. I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm teaching you what exercises to put together. So with that being said, when you leave me, you know what you're doing. You don't have to go see another trainer.
Yeah. I know what it was I was about to say. Like, progress isn't just about what you do in the gym, it's about what you do outside the gym. It speaks to what literally you just said. It's a lifestyle. So yeah, you can go and do the gym all day every day, but if your eating habits are shitty, like, you just canceled out all the workouts you just did.
You can't, they say you can't outwork a bad diet.
Listen, so that's literally what it. I don't know how that just popped back up to me, but yeah, that's what I was trying to speak to earlier.
Yeah. It's inside the gym, outside the gym. Now, we as trainers, we do know. I mean, I'm not gonna say I eat.
Yeah, you definitely eat.
But you see, no, I eat 5 meals a day.
Yeah.
I don't eat perfect every meal. Which there's a science behind that. We can get into that too. That's a whole nother discussion about how to eat and what you eat. My clients aren't gonna eat good all the time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna put down the fried chicken on
Monday, I'm not putting down fried chicken.
So with that being said, what I try to tell them, we try to work on is baby steps. So okay, you're not gonna put down the fried chicken, but we're not gonna eat it 5 days out of the week. Right. Let's scale back. Let's do this.
Yeah. Now minor adjustments.
Yes, minor adjustments, because also it's already enough that I have to worry about teaching you how to work out and do these things. Right. So your mind is going to be so frustrated, so overwhelmed with trying to eat right, trying to work out right. So let's take a step back from eating. Right. Let's talk about your workouts. Yeah. And let's just work on little things with that. Yeah. That's when you start seeing progress. Then when we start doing that and we start plateauing, then we start changing a little bit more things. Then we start picking up on a workout. I
was going to ask, are you kind of like in a roundabout way saying that like you kind of basically like do nutrition plans too, or no?
So as of right now, I am in school online right now for precision nutrition. So probably about a little before the end of the year, I'll be certified nutritionist.
I mean, what more can y'all ask for, folks? Oh, did you start doing the virtual training courses yet or no?
So what I've done, I'm currently with like 2 or 3 clients right now. I really just started getting into all of that. But yeah, now I'm writing up plans like online training, virtual. Now all I'm doing is, like I said, with me setting up the website, it's in the website app. Yeah. And so you can take it in the gym if you want to go to the gym. You can do it at home, all those things, yeah.
Again, piggybacking off of that. So once this pandemic, like we finally get to a point where we can officially go outside, right? So with the virtual stuff, would you keep that, or would you be open to doing like in-person training sessions, like one-on-one, like private sessions?
So what you mean? As of right now,
Oh, you're doing that now?
So what we do is not like a regular gym. We don't do memberships and stuff like that. So all we do is small groups, big groups, no more than 10 people at a time. Small groups, 5 to 6, individual sessions, stuff like that. But that's all we do right now. The virtual stuff is more of, I don't even want to say virtual. It's more of online. Like somebody comes to me and they can't make it in the gym, or they're not ready to make it in the gym. They want to do all online workouts or home workouts. I write up plans for them.
Oh, okay.
To do those. And like I said, I have videos instructing them exactly how to do the workouts.
Okay.
When the pandemic, quote unquote, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
When that is lifted, which seems like it's gonna be soon.
Yeah.
It's really, you know, pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Pick it up on everything we do. Where now we're allowed to do, like I said, I do outside classes where it's field work, hills, like aerobics, strength and conditioning outside. But then it's allowing me to anybody who wants to come.
Yeah.
It's 100, 200 people.
Yeah.
We're willing to open up that much and,
Yeah.
and kind of work with everybody, which, you know, we have a great supporting staff.
Yeah.
We have clients that's out there that's willing to help and stuff like that. But we're definitely looking into those things now because we want to be ahead of the curve.
So, but to go back to like, I don't want to say virtual. I keep saying that word, but that's not really what I mean. Yeah. So online stuff. So, reason why I really asked that question is lately people have been asking me like, yo, does he do like one-on-one sessions? So eventually, would you be open to doing one-on-one sessions for those individuals? Like, because it sounds like it's made like the people that's been coming to me about it are mainly people that are intimidated by the gym, and they're like, well, do you think starting out he'll be open to just doing those one-on-one sessions, you know, just to get their feet wet, essentially?
Yeah, most definitely. And that's what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm not like the trainers that are in Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, Fitness where, you know, those people are ready to come into the gym. They just need trainers. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I want to build your confidence up.
Right.
I want to build up everything in you so that you're able to go to those gyms and not need a trainer. Also, at the same time, we're going to get to work.
Right.
We're going to get to work.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm open to any and everything right now. It's all about just you know, getting in touch with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking again in touch, I was going say this. Oh, I was gonna say at the end of the video, but it's actually I meant not video, end of the episode, but it's actually technically our time right now. So what I was gonna say is I'll of course put all his information in the description down below, like his IG, both pages because he has two. Or would you prefer the one over the other since you got so much traffic these days on your main page?
Nah, just about either one is fine. Either one is fine. And,
Okay.
And you know, I have that website shot over to you too.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, because you said it should be done by the end of this week, or no?
So, soon.
Okay.
Very soon. If not before then. So what I want to do is, so anybody who do want to get in contact with me, you don't have to go through Instagram, Facebook, or any social media channels. You can go through proper channels. You can contact me, email, which is all on my social media too. If you want to see videos and anything like that, we'll have it on both.
Yeah. Well, again, we're up on our time. I hope you guys were enlightened by this conversation, slightly entertained with the foolishness due to, yeah, we're just going to keep it at. All right. As you see, it's starting to go left, so I'm going to go ahead and close out this episode. Is there anything else you want to throw out there? I feel like you gave like a good summary of everywhere to find you, but is there anything else you want to throw out there to tell the people before we close out tonight's episode?
Yeah, I didn't give Adam COVID.
Yeah. Oh, mic drop and just walk. Okay, that's fine. Well, for the record, he absolutely did. And then with that being said, thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I'm going to put all of Bishop's information in the description down below. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Deuces.
Thank you for tuning in to sip on this with a Paris. About to get lit with these